everybody. Today we're going to be working on our Alice in Wonderland junk journal. Y'all come in and say hi. Let me know you're here. We are live if you see the little red button up at the top left corner. Otherwise it is a replay. Hey Don. Just check the volume. Alright, let me get you guys pulled up. Hey Lori. Okay. Oh, two Loris. Hey Lori. Alright, so we're working on this tonight. We are going to, I had one signature in here. We're going to turn it into two because I think it's just going to fit better. So we're going to do that, and I don't know what else. We'll get something, but that's where we're going to start. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. I'm going to pull the camera up top because I don't want to waste any time. I think my volume's okay. All right, bear with me while I move the camera. Make that straight. All right. So we are working in this. I had started this in a previous event with, it was a collaboration event with LineDotArrow and Just Journaling Around, and that was back in May. So that's when I made this cover. So if you want to see how I did that, if you didn't catch it, you can go watch that live. And then I did this pop-up, which I think we're going to be okay. It's tight. But I had one signature, but I really think I want two, because I have a feeling I'm going to put more in it than I thought I was going to originally. So I'm going to try to turn this into two. I think I have room to do it, as long as I can get two signatures on this spine curved and not lose the front there. I think it'll be all right. So we're going to take this one signature, make it into two signatures. Not super large signatures, but big enough. And these are not my normal height because the pages that I was using were an A4 size, and so I had ended up cutting things down a little bit. A lot of them are from LineDotArrow, from her set. Let me see if I still have it sitting here. Yeah, I only cut it up a little bit. So from this set, LineDotArrow, it's an Etsy digital set. If you want to check that out, I will put the link after I'm done. But some of them are also from Stamperia. Stamperia is, I've got some scrapbook papers from there and different things. So we're going to play around with this and see what I have left. This is LineDotArrow. This is LineDotArrow. I think most of these are LineDotArrow. Some of these are from the actual book in the Library of Congress archives. I'm not sure if I can turn these into pages or not. I might be able to. So let's see how big the size is. It doesn't have to be full page. Let's see. It would be kind of small. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that or not. I might just end up making booklets with these. Some of these are on avocado dyed paper, which it looks kind of pinkish. And then some are coffee dyed papers. So I'll probably save those and use them for something else. So let's see, we've got, what is this? This is a coffee dyed paper. And then I can probably use these. They're a little large, but I'll just chop them off somewhere. So I already have, I'm sure I already have some of those in here. Let's see what I put in here. One dolly. I may not have done that page. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I did have that page in there. So if I do that, I need to make sure it's in the second signature. So this has, how many pages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pages. I don't want to go any bigger than, I probably only want maybe 7 pages. Let's take one out of this. What can I take out? We'll leave the kitty cat. That works in the middle well. Let's just take out this coffee dyed page. And maybe switch this up a little. Kind of like that there. I don't know. I might just leave it. Yeah, it'll be fine. We'll decorate them with some other stuff too. So leave that. I think this is the page I'm going to end up putting this little pop out on. If you watched me do this pop out, it was barely fitting because of the little rabbit in here and his ears. I did end up peeling him off and moving him in just a little bit because it was too far over and I needed to trim it off just a little bit more. So I just moved him over and trimmed it off a little bit more so it would hopefully fit and not stick out too much, especially since I'm making it narrower basically. All right, let's see, maybe this one. There's room to chop that one down for sure. I want to see if I have, I know I have it in here just because there's only so many of these pages. Maybe I don't. I don't see it. Teacups. I might not have put this one in there. All right, good. So I'll put this in the second signature for sure. This one I'm not positive because I already have it in the first signature. I may not use it again, at least not as a whole. I could just chop it. How much does it have to be chopped down? Let me see. I think it's a 1/2 inch. Yeah, about a 1/2 inch. So we'll probably lose, I think I'll just lose the top. I'm not going to lose the, I don't want to lose the bottom. So let me measure this so I know an exact measurement. The smaller journal, it is about 8 and 3/8, not quite 8.5. And typically I do my 9, so this one's a little smaller. So I have my pages at about 7 5/8. I definitely wouldn't want to go too much bigger. I could go 8, but no bigger than that. So we're going to keep them, I think, at 7 5/8 because I already have these at that. I just measure one more time. Yeah, so 7 5/8. So let's just mark this. I'm just going to mark it with a chalk pencil. Yeah, no, I'm going to mark it with a regular pencil. Oh, we'll use this one. If I can find something that'll show on it. There, that'll show. All right, so we'll chop that down. Let me see what else I can find. I may just grab some more avocado dyed paper. I have a coffee dyed paper here from the other book, so we'll use that. That's 2. What did I say? 7? I think I said 7. I have this fabric I did. I might use this to hold some of these together instead of washi tape. I'm thinking I might do that. I could use washi. So this was an 8x8 pad from Stamperia. It's double-sided. It's cardstock. You like the pop-up, Lori? It was fun. I like them. I had never done them before, like, what, a month and a half ago? I'm new to pop-ups, but I'm enjoying them. So I like these papers. There's a few in here that are, you know, page-type papers. This would be fun for a center, but I would want to make it wider somehow. So I'll have to figure that out. It's too wide to do as just about anything else. If I fold it, it's kind of an odd size. But, and if I put two of these together, they're too wide. Let's see if I can get it to tear properly. Let me see how wide it is. So this is the size we're going to be. So if I do two together, could I fit this on one half of the page? Let me do it this way. Oh, I might could. I might could fit that on one half of the page. All right, maybe I'll do that. So I'm going to try to figure out a way to attach two of these cardstock pages together for some pages in this signature. And I've got a few in here that I can use. And we'll just trim them down. And then the rest could be used as belly bands or pockets or tucks or whatever. A lot of glue. Okay. And this one. So we want, that would be one page. Say 2 pages. Can I get 3? I can get 3 pages out of it. That's good. All right. Now, I like that they're double-sided too. I don't like that this glue is not coming off. The little gummed edge isn't releasing super easily. Try to get it all peeled off of there. Chances are I'm going to trim it off, but... Alright, so these two I think look good together. We'll pick the ones that look best together for pages. I probably want that in there, so maybe there. How wide are these? 5? I'm guessing 5, but let me look. They are 5 and... half. 5.5. Alright, so 5.5. That'll work for that. I might trim just a little bit off of that side so that I have a little more room. So I'd like that to be more centered, I think. Still gummed edge on there. All right, so let me cut them all down first. So 5.5 by, what'd I say, 7 5/8. I just want to pick the ones that well, they don't even matter. They don't go on the same page, so it really doesn't matter which two I put together, honestly. It's just going to matter as far as the book goes itself. So do that there, and then a coffee dyed or something. Maybe one of these, and maybe an avocado. I only need 7. I've got 3 of those. So 3, 4, 5, 6, so 4 other pages is all I need. So I'll use this. And let me grab my avocado because I like the color of the avocado with it. So let me grab that batch I just made. I think I stuck it in here. So, save that for something. I already have one that's folded. We'll use this one too. So let's use some of this. These are slightly different. Let's just see which ones I like the best. I think most of them are about the same shade. This one's a little more rustic because I put it on parchment paper. The rest of these are on Kuchin fabric, which is basically cotton fabric. So that's really, really rough. It's cool, but sometimes I don't like it that extreme when I'm doing something like this and not a grunge journal. So I'm probably going to keep it simpler. So what did I say, 4 are there? So that would be 1, that would be 2. So only 2 of these. I need 2. All right, let's just pick 2. Look like they're in good shape. I think those 2. Let's just do that. All right, so that would be these. Let's cut this down to the height. We'll cut the height. Oh, should I cut the width first? I don't know. We'll cut the height first, I think. So I think I want the rabbit. So 5.5. I'll have a little bit of room where the fabric or the washi is because you want to leave just a tiny gap so that it folds properly for the signature. So maybe we'll do 5 and maybe 3/8. Just so I have a little bit of a gap. Chances are I'll want to put lace on the edge or something anyway, but don't want to use this. I don't want to use this. Let's use something that I can erase. All right, 5 3/8. We're just going to come over this way on this one. 1, 2, 3. I could have done this off camera, but I figured you guys, I rarely do a lot of talk about signatures. And it is kind of an important thing to know how to figure out. I'm trying to see where that's going to hit. That's almost centered. I'm not going to trim this edge. 2, 3. I'm just going to come right there. If I can see it, it's shining. All right, so we'll trim these 2 there. This one here, this one there. Where's my trimmer? Let me grab that in a second. And then this is already trimmed, so we don't need to trim that one. Set that there. These I think just need height taken off. Yeah. Just take a little bit of height off of these. I'm just gonna mark that. Do you enjoy that? All right, that's good. I never know. Some people, you know, who have seen it 100 times get bored, but if you haven't seen it, then it's good. And maybe I do something different, you know. All right, so there's that. And then these, let's see. So this one, we definitely want to get it out of the middle. This one, I kind of like the drink me, eat me things, and the teacups. I could cut those out and fussy cut them, although I do have some labels with those already, but I think I'll use this side. I think I like it better. So 5 3/8, about there. Yeah, that's a good place. So about there for that one. And this one we're going to take out of the middle so we can get that 5 3/8. Pretty sure I can fit it. We might go 5.5 on this one just because. So I think about right. I'm just going to try to center it approximately. So 5.5 would be 2 and 2.5 would be 5. And then 1/4. Yeah. So 2 3/4. My math, guys. I'm not a math person. All right, we're going to take it right there. I think that will still fit. All right, so we'll do that. What's this one? And girl, and we'll put her on the outside and her on the outside. And that way I won't lose the kitty cat. I'll lose some of the story, but I won't lose the kitty cat. So 5 and 1, 2, 3, 8, about there. And then 5 and 1, 2, 3, 8, about there. All right, so let's get my trimmer. I'll start trimming these. And I'll figure out the top or bottom in a second, because that I'll have to be a little pickier about. Okay. You never get bored, Don? Well, that's good. That's good to know. Okay. I just got home from babysitting my 3 grandbabies for 3 hours. 3 toddlers for 3 hours. Whew. Guys, I'm exhausted. It's a lot. 2, 4, and 5. It's a lot. All right, I think that is where I want to cut that. So I'm just going to set this up here as I go. Getting too old. It was exhausting. The 2-year-old is the hardest, of course. He's so rambunctious. He is a rambunctious little boy. So he wears me out. Sometimes I usually just get the 2 of them. I don't usually get all 3 of them, because they know it's a lot for me. But we had a little family emergency, so we're dealing with right now. So keep us in your thoughts and prayers for that one. I'm not going to go into details, but it's cancer related, so I had to deal with the youngins for a little bit. All right, there's that. And then these, I think these only need the tops. Should fold in half at the right. I don't think it's wider. I'm just going to double check real quick. I mean, they're 11, so that would be 5.5, right? Should be right. I can't do that. It's too far away, guys. It should be this. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me going off camera. Gotta get it closer so I can see it if it lines up. Those. And then we got this one. Where's the line? There it is. These should make some nice belly bands or something. It's nice cardstock. Belly bands, pockets, you know, tucks, even a tag background. So I haven't tried using fabric to attach these in a page. I have done washi. I was debating on it. I was like, well, it should work fine. And I had this fabric I printed. Granted, I don't know if I want to mess it up or not. I don't know if I might have another fabric. I'm not sure. I might have like a plaid or something. I'll have to look, because I want to attach these. So let me see which ones looked good together first. So we got all these pieces left, so they'll work for something. You can use paper. Paper is just not very strong for using in the middle when you're attaching it like that. I mean, granted, a lot of it's already paper, but I just think it would be better to do something else. I'm going to see which ones look best together. I don't guess it matters because you're not going to see it. So I really don't know why I'm overthinking it. And I also have to think about, do I want it this side? Do I want it that side? You know, because I could totally flip it and have one that and the other one the other thing, you know, if I wanted something on the other side. So that's kind of something you got to think about. Let's see. All right. So if I do, what should be, first I got to figure out what should be a first page and what should be a center page. Now, because I am attaching these, and they're not long enough to be a center on their own, do I want to put one attached as a center, or do I just want to use an avocado sheet as a center? I don't think I have anything else. I mean, I could glue this to a page as my center, which could be fun. Is it the right size? Let me see. Is that about 5 inches? This was when I was kind of making a test for covers. Yeah, that's over 5 inches. It's like 5 1/4. It would be a little bit of a short center, unless it's feasible. Maybe I'll glue this one and use it as a center. I prefer my centers to be a little more interesting, you know? So I say we do that as a center. I'll glue it to maybe one of the avocados. That's a good color for it, I think. I think I like that better than this. Yeah, let's do the avocado. So glue that. What am I going to glue it with? Ooh, tricky. I don't know about, I might have to use like a PVA or something. It's going to take a bit to dry. I don't think Fabri-Tac. The question is, do I want these fronts or backs? So let's say these were fronts. Where's my tape? Here. I'm just gonna cheat and use a little bit of this for right now. So if I did this, so that would be there. I'm just gonna put 2 together. So that would be an outside. This would be an outside. I am thinking about what I would rather have toward the outside. And then say this, and then maybe there. I'm just going to throw them together and kind of see what they look like, because I'm thinking I'm going to want them the other direction. I just don't know if I want them one the other direction and not the other one. That's the only thing I'm not 100% sure of. This is just low tack mint tape from Scrapbook.com. I got a few rolls of it, so. All right, and then that, and then another avocado. Oh, did I use my one avocado for the center? It's in there, right? For the center, is it? No. Okay, I need that in the center. Let's move that right there, the center. This is going to have the fabric. How many pages is that? The height's a little long on some of these still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be 6. We'll do another. We'll just do that darker coffee dyed. 7. Actually, I'm half tempted to. This is nice and thick. Maybe I should glue the fabric to that. It's a lot thicker. I'll do that instead. It's just so much thicker. I don't know why, because I use the same paper, but it definitely feels thicker. All right, so we'll put this here for now. And then I'm going to want the front one to be pretty too, because you always want the front one to be pretty. So what would I put there? See, so that makes me think I need to flip one of these. What should I use as a front? That might be a pretty front. Either that one or I kind of like that one for a front too. Let's do that one. All right, so if I flip this way, second page, and then we'll say this could be my third page, fourth page, fifth page. I'm debating if I want to flip any of these too. I don't want to have them all on the wrong side, you know. Should I flip that one? Let's see. That puts that pink next to that. That's pretty. That's pretty. I like that on the right, I think. All right, that's good. That's good. Where'd my front go? Whoops. I did something. What did I do wrong? Move something. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. You are supposed to be in the front. All right, front. Let's put pink. I like the pink better next to that. I'm calling it pink. It's avocado, but we'll call it pink. So, yeah, let's do that. This is a little plain. Maybe I should do one straight and one. It won't matter once I throw everything together, guys. It really won't. I'll put this one next to this. That works better. All right, and then the next one would be the coffee dyed and the tea, which would be like this. And that's fine if I have coffee dyed together. Okay, let's do that. So let's see where we can trim these off the top and bottom. But for right now, I'm going to glue this to this because we're going to need that. These are almost the right height. It's such a tiny fraction. Let me see how it fits in here. It's probably got plenty of room, honestly. I just don't want it to be too different than this one. That's the only thing, because I already did this one cut down. I'm not sure why it was cut down, but it appears to be cut down. All right, we'll trim that off top and bottom just a little bit. Let me see if I can just do that. So that should be off the bottom. All right, I'm going to try to... Can I do them both at the same time? Yeah, I can. Okay. Oh, you've used the fabric. What did you glue it with, Dawn? Off the bottom, I think. I'm only going to take the tiniest little bit off of this. It's like an eighth. All right, this goes back. This thing's so heavy. This goes back here. And then this one, that's the front cover. So that one needs to be off the top. I'm just going to do it over here off to the side. No, I'm not. Too risky. Right here. Just a tiny bit. Okay. That's my front cover. So that goes there. I'm getting things mixed up again. 1, 2. This one's not cut yet, is it? Let me see. Yeah, that one's not cut. So this one needs cut off of... Could go either way. We'll do it off the bottom. I mean, I could split it in half and do a little off the top and a little off the bottom, but it's literally only like 1/8 of an inch. So I'm just gonna take a pick. Okay, that goes back in there, right there. I think that's where it was. I'm gonna get confused again. Where was this? There. maybe. I done got confused as to where everything was. It's not a big deal, but I'm trying to. Alright, so your center ones are going to stick out more as it gets further and further out in the middle. So you may have to trim your center ones. And I might just wait to do that until last. As long as I don't have anything important there. That's fine. I don't think I'll lose anything major. Yeah, no. So I may trim off that little bit there. It's hard to tell until I get the fabric glued on here how far it's going to spread. So this, what does she say? Binding 2 pages together, low texture everywhere, something, something. Fabric. Okay. I still don't know what glue. I'm thinking I'll just use PVA glue, maybe. Ugh. I thought about using my glue stick, but I don't think I trust that on fabric. But I know my PVA glue will stick to this, so I'm gonna put something down though. I'll put this down. We're just gonna glue it on here. See what happens. It's kind of free. Hopefully it won't bleed. I haven't heat set it or anything. I've got that little extra there, but I might just leave it. I could try coloring it or putting lace over it or something, but I kind of need the width. PVA, I've got PVA, I've got Fabri-Tac. I'm gonna go with the PVA. I don't think I want to go with the Fabri-Tac. I think it's just going to be too difficult to deal with. This I could brush it on, I think. I think it'll work. I think. I'm going to try to brush this on. Let's see how it works. I'm just going to put some out. And that's probably enough. Keep it. This is already pretty liquid. This is the LineCo. I don't know. LINCO. ECO. LINECO. It's a bookbinding glue. And then I don't know if I want to use that or my spatula. Well, I think I'll use a brush. I'll use this brush. I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to do half and then half and see how it works. We shall see. It should be okay. No, I don't think it's thin enough. Let me thin it out just a little bit more. I don't know how this is going to work on this coffee dyed paper. It might get a little funny. I usually do it on cardstock, so we're going to give it a shot. Oh, that's already drying. Stop drying. We need you to stay wet at least till I can lay the fabric down. Oh my goodness. Really? Cheap. There's some water on there. All right, let's see if I can line this up. I'm going to do a little at a time and hope for the best. I'll probably have to trim it. Is it sticking okay? I think it's sticking okay. I don't want to stick to my... I almost need plastic down. Where's my dry one? Sorry about all the moving around. Just want to keep that clean. All right. Now. Ooh. Don't tilt it. That would not be a smart thing to do. We're just going to do a little at a time, and since it's drying so darn fast. This will be an interesting texture for a page, really. I don't think it'll be too thick. It's pretty thin paper or fabric that I used. It was like a cotton sheet, I think. That's what I had printed that on. So pretty thin. It was an older cotton sheet. I got fabric pieces all in there. I'm getting somewhat crooked there, but hopefully it's all right. I'm gonna have to trim it anyway, so it'll be all right. It'll be fine. It will be fine. This is working okay, I think. Oh, any more? Not quite enough. It's almost like decoupage. There. Pull that off. Just make sure that's not got any glue on it. This will have to dry. Shouldn't take too long, but that'll end up being my center page. So that's going to end up going in here. Okay, so we're going to set that aside, see if we can dry a little bit before the live's over. I'm going to wash this brush out. Actually, I could probably use the same thing for the center pieces. We'll leave it. I'm going to put it up there. All right, so we want to attach our pages together. So let's see. I really kind of want to number these or something. I guess I could number them. Does it work? Do I need to? I don't know. Probably not. All right, so I'll try to turn it that way. So we want to attach this, and like I said, we don't want it. I don't think we want it to touch exactly. Although I guess it could. I don't know. Don't think we do. All right, so I'm gonna pull this off. All right, so what am I going to attach these with? So I was thinking I might want to put a tiny bit of space in the middle. Not much, just a little bit, so it doesn't bind. I know I had some ribbon that was checkered. I have a couple of washies. I have like these. I don't have a lot of good center type washies, so I just don't have a lot. Let me see what else I have. I mean, I have just plain fabric that I could use. Like I have like just muslin. Totally just use that. That piece. I'm sure. I think they're all long enough. Yeah, I could totally just use muslin. It would be kind of interesting, I think. Since I don't really have a good washi, let's just use muslin. That works. And then it's kind of the raw edge is kind of decorative, right? Is the yes for the muslin, Dawn? I don't know. Sometimes these comments are so delayed. I don't know what you're talking about. But I think that will work fine. So let's trim. We don't want it to stick over the edge because then it won't fold. So I'm going to try to tear this. Yes, muslin. All right, awesome. It'll cover into the design a little bit, but I could make it narrower, but I think I'm going to keep it wide. I think it'll be all right. I don't know if I have to go on both sides. I guess I do. So let me get more. I think I need to go on both sides. I mean, realistically, one side is probably strong enough, but I think it would look a little odd. Let me tear this about there. You think I should do both sides? Would it be too thick if I do both sides with muslin? That's the question. If I can get this muslin to quit fraying. All right, there's one. I have plenty of muslin, guys. I have tons of it. I'm just going to try to get the pieces. Okay. It's just fraying like crazy. I mean, I want it to fray, so I don't care, but there's two. That might be a little too frayed. Let's trim some of that off. And about there. If I can tear it. Come on. There you go. All right, there's 3. So technically I need 6 if I'm doing front and back. Or I could put washi on the back. But I think the muslin's going to be cute, so. Let me grab some more muslin. I have thinner muslin too. Look at this one. Yeah, that's a little thinner. Let me see how much thinner that is. Yeah. We'll use this on the back. We'll use this one on the front, and we'll use this one on the back because it's definitely thinner. Not sure where these came from. Who knows? Could be a sheet. Could be something else. Do not know. I think I can get 2 out of that, maybe. I think I can. All right, so there's one of those. Oh, that did not tear straight at all. Wow. Must not have been on the grain. Sometimes that happens. All right, let's see. You think I can tear that? I don't know. It's really close. It's just not tearing on the grain at all. What is up with you, fabric? I have no idea. It's like the grain isn't straight. Okay, well, that one's killed. Let's try another one. Maybe we'll just cut it. Maybe we'll cut it and fray it. Let me get my rotary cutter. This one's, I can't, there's no way I'm doing that with scissors. Oh, not that. Other one. That one. Alright, let me find some more of that fabric. Piece that is thin. Tea-dyed, nope. Alright, I know I have some. I got a whole ton of it. Let me just pull the whole thing out. Let's see. I'm trying to pick the little bit thinner pieces. Is this it? Yeah, that's it. Oh, there's a smaller one. We'll use that one. I'll save that one in case I have something bigger. All right. We just need 3, so maybe I'll just cut them all out of that. All 3 of them. Okay. Looks fairly straight. Think about it. 1.5 maybe. Where is my ruler? There it is. Okay. Attempt. I'm not really measuring, but close to measuring. Oops, put it on the something besides the metal, because that's not good on your rotary cutter. I'm always doing that. I don't know why. Nope. Let go. There. All right, one. Put that on the edge. About 1.5 inches or so. Stay straight. I at least want you to stay somewhat straight. Let go. It never releases. I think my cutter must be getting dull again. 2. Come on. There's 2. One more. So they're slightly different textures, these 2 pieces of fabric, but I think it'll be fine. I was a little worried that it might get too thick with that other one. Let's just go down it twice. There. Oops. So I thought, but no. Let go. All right, and we'll get the height. Okay, height. I'm just going to try to do all 3 of them at once. So about right there. Where's that mark? About there. You can cut through all 3 of those. Maybe. Probably do it with my scissors. Okay. There. All right. 3 of those and 3 of these. Okay. And we're going to glue these together with a tiny bit of a gap. That's the plan. So where do I want to put the glue? Do I want to put it on the fabric? Or do I want to put it on the thing? I would rather put it on the fabric. All right, I'm going to put, let me see, do I have cardboard or something? Try to find something small that I can glue on. Maybe just this. All right, we're just going to glue it on the fabric. I think that's the safest bet. Probably need more glue. All this stuff's going to have to dry a bit. Now for this, I probably could get away with using Fabri-Tac straight up, but I think this will show less brushed on than Fabri-Tac will, and it will probably honestly be flusher. So we're going to go with this. I hope it doesn't stretch too much. Oh, I can trim it. It's not a big deal. So we'll put our glue on there. And then we are going to try to line these guys up. Like I said, I'm leaving the tiniest bit of a gap. Let's see if I can do this. I'll try to get it in the center. I moved. I'm going to flip it over and see. Oh, I'm moving a lot. I'm moving way too much. Hold on, where's that little orange tool? I'm going to try that. So I know I moved. Okay, attach. All right, try to hold that in place. Yeah, this is going to stretch a little bit. Like I said, not a big deal. It can always be trimmed if it needs it. And it will need it because it can't, you can't glue I can't glue the ends or it won't open. All right, let's try that. See how it looks on the other side. Yep, that's about the right distance. All right, good. So then a thinner one. Do a thinner one. I think it's thinner. Honestly, it's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, it's thinner. We'll just trim it. This is a little more time consuming than I thought it would be. Just a bit. I don't know if it's the best way to do it or not, honestly. I really don't. But it's how I'm doing it, so. It should be sturdy. That's for sure. Should definitely be sturdy. We're going to try to just trim the edges, and that should allow it to open and close and everything. All right. I don't know if I can trim it now. Perhaps. Yeah. Oh. I'm not putting two together, so in reality, I don't have to trim it, but I will. I'll trim it. But yeah, I don't have to trim it. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking I was putting two pieces together. It's fine. All right, so it's going to be like that, but it's going to have to dry. So we're going to set that aside somewhere safe. There. Put it there. Clean the glue off my fingers. It's good. I like the muslin. I think the muslin will look interesting. All right, so next piece. We can get this rotary cutter out of our way. We can put these here, that there. Try to get things out of my way. We need that sheet there. So the next piece is, we're going to figure out, we'll figure out order later because honestly I'm never going to remember. Let's put this one on. Where'd my little spatula thingy go? There it is. Okay. Now I'm going to try to do something. So I'm having such a hard time keeping these separated. I'm just going to lay a piece of tape down. I'll pick it up before I do both. I can slide that under. There. Ha. Now it'll hopefully keep it where it's supposed to be. Alright, we'll do muslin on this side. Not covering up too much important. It's covering the long tail, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. I was going to put these the other way. Oh, I wanted the cat on the inside. That's right. Okay, it's right. Yeah, we'll just cover up the long tail. It's okay. Most of it shows. I don't care. It's in this book so many times, honestly. All right, let's put some glue on there. How's my glue staying? A little more water. Okay. I have some little pieces on there. I'm going to pull that off. If I can. I didn't want the thread under there. kind of relaxing. So exhausted from watching the kids. I was like, my live is like my relaxing time. I need that. This is my therapy. Right? I know you all get that. Okay. Worked well. Let's pull that off. Pull that one off. Okay. And this muslin. I could fray this just a little. Well, see, it's not going to fray right because these don't seem to have an edge. It's on a grain. Like the grain seems to be in many different directions. I don't know why. It doesn't even make logical sense to me. But for whatever reason, that sheet material, I have never been able to tear it straight. It just doesn't want to work. All right, a little more glue. I don't know how long these will take to dry. Probably a bit. Because I'm wetting these pretty good. Come on. It's trying to wrinkle. This is just a wet microfiber cloth, but it works really well for keeping your hands clean. All right, pull that up. Just gonna go ahead and trim it. All right, we'll set that aside. All right, you go over there. And next piece. We're moving faster than we were, so that's good. All right, back there. And bunny rabbit. I don't want to cover the bunny rabbit. Let's see. If that's my front cover. Either way, let's see, if I put it on this way, then the rabbit will be on the right, on the back, wherever it hits, probably the last page. I think I'll do that. I'm going to turn this one both directions because I want that rabbit on that outside. So we're going to do that, and that makes that my front. Just back under here. I'm just using this to get that little bitty teeny tiny gap. It's not much. Just enough of a gap that it'll lay flat. I would say it's less than a 1/16, like a 32nd, honestly. All right, glue. I don't have very many people here tonight. I hope some people catch the replay. I know some of you have to work, so it's late. Yeah, I'll catch the replay later. I'm a night owl, though. Y'all know me. I'm just catching my second wind. Although I am tired from watching the kids. But I have medication that I take to sleep, and it well, I can't take it till 5 a.m. after I get Dave off to work, so that means I have to sleep late. And man's been so exhausted from this job. I feel bad for him. His alarm will go off. I'll go in there. I'll be like, okay, baby, you gotta get up. This is like 3:30. And he'll grunt at me. So I'll leave him his mate and walk away. Come back 30 minutes later. Hey, really, you gotta get up. Time to go work. Okay. Walk away. And he's got other alarms going off in the meantime. He just turns them off and goes back to sleep. I'm just like, another half hour goes by. I'm like, Dave, really, you got to go to work. You got to be there at 6. He's like, oh, yeah. Okay. I slept through all my alarms. I'm like, no, you turned them off. He's just so tired and exhausted. Sleeping through all of it. So if I didn't stay up and make sure that he got off to work, he would never get up. Would not be good. So that is my sacrifice for him working the hours that he does. I stay up until like 6 or 7 a.m. usually. And then I sleep until like 1 or 2. And today I slept till like 2, and then the kid calls me and she's like, Mom, you gotta babysit. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll be there. And I babysat until 8 o'clock. Came home, threw food on the skillet. I cooked a pork chop and some rice because I hadn't eaten, and set up my live. I was like, phew. I was fried. It's getting too sticky on that side. Turn it. I have restless leg syndrome, so I have issues sleeping anyway. So many issues. I think this black ink is coming off on this. Who knows what is on here? It could be paint, could be ink. Who knows? It's definitely coming off on there. Don't come off on there too much or it will look horrible. All right. It is a tough schedule, Lori. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. He's in the movie business, and right now, with all the strikes, he's just got work right now. And he's got to do it while he can. Because who knows what happens in July. This movie is till July, and then after that, we don't know. So, you got to work all the hours you can while you can. Got a little bit of ink there, but I think it's all right. I can't do movie hours anymore. I used to do that when I did scenic props and stuff, and I can't do those hours. It's like 15-hour days. Too much for me. Hey, Deborah. Glad you made it. We're just gluing pages together. We're making pages that fit out of pages that didn't fit. All right, so there's another one. So it's got to dry. Let's see how that first one feels. Let's see how dry it's getting. Nope. I don't know if I could speed it up or not, so we're not gonna. It's definitely not dry yet, but we at least got them done. And we'll I'll have to leave them separate, unfortunately. So I can show you the pages. Let me wash this brush out real quick. Wipe this out. I reuse these. I got these little plastic thingies back when I was doing chalk couture. And they have lasted forever. I just wash them and reuse them. They're awesome. You guys can buy them from either Grace with the Comfy Nest or Amanda with Metal Modern Design. Is that right? Amanda was my person I got it in chalk couture from. It wasn't for me. You know, it's not a bad product or nothing. It wasn't my thing. I couldn't get into it. All right, I'm gonna rinse that brush out so it doesn't get glue stuck in it forever. Okay, that goes over there. So these are our pages. So now we have this. I think this one's actually going to go this way. I think I left enough of a gap here. The idea was to leave enough of a gap that it will still fold flat. Because if you don't leave a gap, then all that material gets in there and it doesn't want to fold flat. I'm a little bit bigger on this side, but not a huge deal. I can't fold them yet because they're not totally dry. They're almost dry. But I'm going to fold them for just a second and see. And this one I said was the back page? Was it that one? I don't even know now. I thought it was a rabbit. Oh, it was this one. Okay, that was right. This is, I think, this way. I think. I probably could have made that gap maybe just a tiny bit bigger. But it's okay. I think it'll be fine. They're folding flat enough. They're actually not too bad. All right, so I think I had it this way. I'm going to forget now because I've got that one fabric piece. Where did I put that? Where's that? It's behind me, right? Yep, it's behind. Okay, this is my center, which we have to cut down still, which it's probably dry enough to cut down. Let me see if I can trim this real quick so I can get a better feel of it. I just want to see how everything's coming together. It's a little warpy still because it is kind of wet, but I think I can cut it with the rotary cutter. So how tall? What did I say, 7 5/8? It's crooked too. We'll have to straighten it out while we're at it. That's going to be a lot off of there. All right, we'll come up pretty high on that teacup, I think. Was it 7/8? 7/8. It has to be 7/8 because it was almost 8. All right, where's my chalk pencil? Oh, that's really dark. Grab a different chalk pencil. That's blue. Where's my brown chalk pencil? There you are. I think about there. Let's see if we can make that square. I'm going to cut this side. Well, let's cut this side and try to get it square. This is fairly close. I think it's close enough, so we'll go with that as being somewhat straight. And then we want to come in just a tiny, tiny fraction. Just trying to line it up to my grid. So I got some sort of very strange little bug. Hold on. All right. God, it's a... Sorry. Well, I don't like bugs, guys. I really don't. It's like a flying ant. Better not be a termite. I think it's just a flying ant. All right. Let's try that again. Got the bugs flying in. It's summer in Georgia. Gotta love it. All right. I think that's a good start point. Let's try this. I'm just going to try to even this out. You see how crooked it is. I knew it was crooked to start with. Because I had just printed it. Where's my rotary cutter? I laid it somewhere. There it is. Okay. That edge. We'll clean up this edge. I don't think I have a lot of room this way, so we want it to be 11. Yeah, I don't have a lot of room this way, so we're going to take as little off as possible. I only really need to take a fraction. Is that on the grid? Kinda, sorta. This is almost straight, honestly. That's pretty straight. Just gonna, sorry about the noise. Just take a teeny fraction. And then put that back on the grid. And we want to go to that mark, which looks to be about there. Okay, and then just a teeny fraction off of this side, I think. Yeah, just a teeny fraction. Like I said, I know it's got this white edge, but that's okay because I can always throw lace over it or something to make it work. Get it? Nope. Almost. There. All right. Now it's straight. Okay, so this is going to be my center page. It's still a tiny bit wet. We're going to go ahead and fold it, but it's not 100% dry yet. But that'll be my center. Okay, that feels decent. And then I think maybe this. Yeah, that looks good with that color. And then maybe this. And Alice. And then avocado. I feel like that's only 6. Let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, 7, so I gotta figure out where to put this guy. Where can I throw you? Maybe here. Stick that there. And then this will go here. That will be our second signature. And like I said, I'm going to trim this probably. I just got to see if I have room to trim it. I might move the T seam a little closer forward because then I won't have to trim it as much. So let's switch this with, is that the second one? This. So I have more room to trim on that one than I do on this one. So let's switch. Sorry. I know I'm being confusing. All right. There. There, there. Because the further in the inside, the more it comes out each time. So you have to kind of think about that. Moves out in the inside. Because basically you get that gap there and it gets, you know, further and further in. So your center page isn't as long. It's narrower in reality. But because I had that Tea Party one, it didn't have a lot of room to cut. I don't want to chop his head off or nothing. I can trim it just maybe just a fraction. I'm not gonna go into the hat. I'm gonna try not to anyway. So, but that's fine. I can trim that. I can trim plenty of room there to trim, and plenty of room there to trim. I got enough room there. I might catch her dress, but I don't think so. And I got plenty of room there. So if I decide to trim that, which I may, I'm not going to do it now because it's still a little wet. But I'll probably trim that down just a little to make it a little more even. I tend to like it, my edges more even. It's not absolutely necessary, but I do tend to like that. So there's one signature. And then our first signature is just this stuff. So fairly simple. I got one doily in there. A lot of the LineDotArrow papers. And then the kitty cat page with the Cheshire cat. Teacups are back there. Some of these are a little bit of repeats, but not too much. So that'll be signature 1 or 2. It's a lot thinner because this has more pages that are thick. And we'll try to work with that. If it gets to where this is a whole lot thinner and it just isn't working, I'll just throw another page in there. And try to even them out to they're a little closer. But, so that'll give us 2 signatures in here. And so this is going to round out, the spine will round out a little bit more. So you can kind of, just kind of play with it a little bit. And this time I'm going to try to keep these fairly close, like right there. See how close that is? You want your gap to be that distance. So that looks to be about 1 centimeter. And then you find the center of your thing. And you just make sure that everything's going to fit. It's not sticking out too far on this edge. I still got those ones I wanted to trim, but I'm not sticking out. I think I will be fine with those 2 signatures in there. And I'm not coming too far over here. This was my other thing I was worried about because I'd done it with 1 signature. So it is going to pull it over that direction just a little bit, but I think we'll be okay. Looks like it'll be plenty of room just to look okay. All right, so that is our signatures, guys. Like I said, they're going to have to dry because I did all that gluing. But that gives us a good starting point with 2 fairly full signatures. So we should be able to get a decent amount in here. I honestly could almost eliminate 1 page in this. I might do that. It's a little thick because it's got so many thick pages in it. I know I had a double spot here. Where is it? All right, 1. I know I had 2 pages together. I thought I had 2 tea-dyed pages together. No, that's the fabric. Did I not? Am I losing my mind? There's 1. Thought I did. There's 1. Yeah, here. All right, so this has the fabric on it, but we can eliminate 1 of these. Should I eliminate avocado or regular? I think I'll leave that avocado. I don't want to eliminate that. Oh, I gotta eliminate. Where can I move the avocado? I think I'm going to eliminate 1 page. So I guess this one. I'm going to switch it out with this one. I prefer the avocado for this particular journal only because it's got so many pinks in it. Yeah, we'll put that there. So we're just going to eliminate this one. That way it's a little not quite so bulky. Because it was such a difference between that back one. That would be better. That'll still work. Alright, so that is it, guys. That is our live. I was going to do decorating, but honestly, I just really don't have time to do decorating. But our pop-up will go on one of our first pages. I might still keep this. I'll keep this. Gosh, I kind of like it there. I don't know. I had it, this one, in the pop-up here. I mean, it could feasibly be in the middle. I don't want it on that page. Hold on. If I make that my first page, and I make this the middle, I could put the pop-up there. I'm going to glue it, I think. Yeah, I'm going to glue it here to here. And that, it's going to be where the gap is in the signature. It's not going to be a huge gap this time, like probably about that big, like about a centimeter, I think. But if I glue it there, then it'll give plenty of room for it to open. It's probably a good place for it. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So that's going to go there. And then this will become my front page. It says Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, which is kind of neat. So for a front page, I think. I didn't do pockets on this one. I may add pockets. I don't know. I didn't do them because I already got the pockets at the top. Because I did a pocketed journal cover. So it's already got pockets up there. But I may put pockets here too. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So that's it. That'll work. Like I said, I think I'm going to trim that just a little bit off, but I'm going to wait for it to dry. So I'm going to pull these out just so that they can be drying. I don't want them to stick together or anything. Honestly, they're not sticking or anything. I don't think they'll stick together, but I'm going to let them just get a little bit of air just so that they can dry better. So I'm just going to kind of leave them there to air out. All right, guys, that's our live. I will be back on Friday. We will work some more in this journal. And if you have any questions, feel free to PM me. Pretty good about getting back to everybody. And y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. I am going to go rest up. All right, y'all take care. I'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye.